Welcome to SMB University. In this module, we'll be exploring borderless networks. We'll look at the market trends driving the business requirement for borderless networks, the impact borderless networks can have on the current working environment, and an overview of the Cisco borderless network solutions. Let's take a look at the market and trends that are driving business requirements for borderless networks. Three major areas have and continue to change in the workplace. Firstly, mobility. The massive growth in the number of mobile devices has changed the way we consume services, both in the home and work environments. In their home lives, users can see big benefits in the fast-moving application environment in which they get benefits of productivity and flexibility in their communication and collaboration with friends and family. The success of this trend drives them to want to use these benefits in their working lives. Businesses see the benefits of attracting flexible working employees who can be more productive with connected mobile devices. This has blurred the traditional borders. Good network access from home, public or work environments creates the potential for increased access to applications, as well as collaboration capabilities with colleagues, partners and customers. Video is creating the demand for network growth. Cisco's own network, as an example, has a high percentage of video traffic, including real-time conferencing and video-on-demand traffic. Video brings a greater capability of quality interaction between team members and partners, leading to some interesting business benefits we will explore later. However, these opportunities also create challenges for the enterprise. Continuing on the theme of the mobility market, people are very attached to their mobile device, which is fundamentally changing the market. According to the Cisco Connected World Technology Report, 51% of college students and employees want to access the corporate network using their personal mobile devices. More than 3 of every 4 employees have multiple devices, and 1 in 3 employees globally uses at least 3 devices for work. 2/3 of college students and more than half of young employees say a mobile device is the most important technology in their lives. In fact, half say they would rather lose their wallet or purse than their mobile device. And on top of that, more than 2 out of 5 college students and young employees said they would accept a lower-paying job that had more device choice flexibility. This love for mobile devices is driving the explosion of mobile devices and the growing amount of mobile data traffic. According to the most recent Cisco Visual Networking Index, by 2015 there will be more than 7.1 billion mobile connected devices. And global mobile data traffic will reach 75 exabytes annually by 2015. That's 75 times more than all IP traffic, fixed and mobile, generated in 2000. As well as this device border, where the choice of devices has become much larger, some other borders have shifted. Once again, driven by mobile devices, the location border has changed. No longer do you need to travel to a business location to be able to access the application needed for day-to-day activity. There is an expectation that these business applications can be accessed from any location that has internet access, whether home, public or mobile. Also, the application border has shifted. The choice organizations now have on how applications are hosted is no longer limited to the business premise. Applications can be made available via third-party locations or via a cloud-based service. This gives enormous flexibility on cost and access method. However, this shifting of borders creates some issues that IT groups have to solve. As the borders shift and the environment becomes more complex, certain areas of concern remain: scalability, availability, performance, security, and manageability. In the past, the way IT addressed these things was very linear. Network not big enough? Add another switch. Need better availability? Deploy more products or features to increase availability. Poor performance? Adjust the quality of service. Today, the problem is very multidimensional. IT has to do the same thing, but across the device, the application, and the location border. And in addition, they still have to ensure scalability, availability, performance, security, and manageability, but now not just over IT-controlled elements, but also over non-IT controlled devices. Let's take a look at the impact of these trends on the working environment. So, we have seen the clear positive drivers: the expectation of anytime access using any device from any location and at any time of day. The challenge is to be able to provide these benefits whilst negating any of the possible issues that arise, such as reliability, security, and ease of use. If we take this flexibility further, we can see specific use cases where mobile devices and anywhere access can be leveraged within vertical business sectors. In retail, adding business value to the growth in mobile devices by leveraging the location-based capability that allows us to identify a customer passing a store and contacting that customer via ads or promotion to draw the customer in, leading to a potential purchase. In healthcare, making sure that up-to-date patient information is securely available at the point of care using tablet and other mobile devices. In education, providing rich alternative delivery mechanisms for both real-time and on-demand content. In finance, enhancing the speed and security of transactions and creating a highly scalable network. In manufacturing, making operations more efficient with real-time information and flexibility to quickly resolve problems or to bring products to market quicker. And in government, securely removing the border between different agencies to allow the sharing of information in real time. Unified access is the solution that brings these benefits to fruition, without additional resources that would have previously been needed. Taking a look at the issues before unified access, we see that when the primary network access technology was based on a wired network, the network consisted of access switches with end-user devices attached. All the associated management, policy, and security were focused on this wired access. The wired access grows and is joined by wireless access points as the Wi-Fi capability on devices like laptops begins to become available. The people and resources increase as these new technologies are added. Ultimately, the addition of new end-user devices such as mobile phones and tablets creates the need for even more resources to manage applications, identity, and allowing the solution to scale. However, rather than a single, easily managed architecture, we have created a series of individually managed overlays with duplicated resources. With Cisco Unified Access, the duplicated resources are consolidated, creating a single policy engine, a single management system, and integrated wired and wireless capability in the network. This results in streamlined IT resource and an architecture that keeps things simple while secure, with a positive impact on total cost of ownership. It also leaves flexibility for new connected experiences and increased productivity. Before we move on to the solutions, here's a summary of the trends leading towards the borderless network requirement and a reminder of why these will be on the mind of your customers. Bring your own device. A great opportunity for business, however, we must build in great security into the solution. Mobility with a seamless experience for the end user. The continuing increase in video content and collaboration, we must provide the features to assure the quality of this traffic. Shifting borders. How do your customers take the cost advantages of new cloud solutions while retaining control and security? And finally, wireless as a mission-critical access method for all businesses. Bringing these capabilities together, we can introduce a borderless scenario, showing how the unified solution benefits the business. Dr. Thompson buys a 3G iPad during lunch, walks back to the hospital and hands his new iPad to IT saying, "I want to use this for my work." This could be a mammoth and complicated task for IT, but with Cisco Unified Access, let's see how this can be simplified. The hospital IT manager tells him that using his username and password, he can onboard the device and the network will apply all the correct policies and approved applications automatically. The IT manager knows the importance of keeping the network secure and compliant with regulations to protect patient data. So things like remote data wipe and data loss prevention are critical. Dr. Thompson is now attending to patients in the hospital. His contextual policy has been defined from an application perspective such that when he is at work, he has full access to electronic medical records, mobile telepresence, email, and instant messaging. Again, we are keeping it simple here in terms of applications used. It's key to note that you can tailor this policy for unique job and regulatory requirements, with the doctor only allowed to access sensitive patient records while in the office. It's now 2 o'clock, and Dr. Thompson needs his afternoon coffee. What happens when he leaves the hospital? He decides to visit the coffee shop next door to the hospital, which has a Wi-Fi hotspot. Now, his contextual policy becomes a roaming policy defined by the hospital. The policy says that Dr. Thompson will not have access to electronic medical records while at the coffee shop due to the Wi-Fi being untrusted. However, he will still be able to use email, telepresence, and instant messaging. When Dr. Thompson goes home, his device connects on home Wi-Fi. At home, he has partitioned access with a secure tunnel back to the hospital and a personal capability for family access. In this case, the Wi-Fi is deemed trusted by hospital IT, so the policy allows him access to medical records as well as his other services. What this highlights is that part of unified access is a contextual policy which is able to work on any access method and with any user and device. This gives total flexibility to the user on the chosen device or use of multiple devices. The IT manager has a single place to set the policy as well as flexible granular options to set for each and every user. Thus, the IT manager can set not only policy based on access method, user and device type, but also give differing level of access dependent on device posture, time of day, location, job role, and many other custom parameters. Having looked at the unified access service possibilities, let's take a look at the parts that make up the overall solution. We'll start with the Cisco Catalyst switching range, with their rich set of features which are fundamental to the overall architecture. With the switching layer being the point at which the wired end devices attach, it's critical to have the security and traffic management features which are called upon by other elements in the solution. The Catalyst range gives a complete set of switches depending on customer requirement. At the entry level is the Catalyst 2960 Plus, giving cost-effective Layer 2 access, with a range of features like Power over Ethernet, EnergyWise, and Auto Smart ports. In comparison, the 2960X and XR expand the capability, with higher performance and the FlexStack Plus feature, to enable easy switch expansion when the customer finds they need extra Ethernet ports as their business grows. The XR version adds availability features, such as dual field replaceable power supplies and a Layer 3 feature set, giving more IP layer control at the edge of the network. The 3650, 3750 and 3850 gives a step up in higher performance, more advanced features, and the opportunity for integrated features not seen at the 2960 level. Increased IP layer capability as well as advanced quality of service and MediaNet gives the customer more control of different traffic types and requirements. The Catalyst switches provide a great baseline of features across the range, such as Cisco EnergyWise, then builds from the entry level with TrustSec security and quality of service for reliable voice and video, through to role-based access control, high availability for non-stop operation, and MediaNet for advanced traffic management capabilities. For consistent routing capability, the Cisco ISR G2 range covers the customer requirement for small and virtual office right through to enterprise level. The range leverages Cisco iOS as the operating system, giving familiar features and control that make the ISR G2s easy to manage, with the quality expected by enterprise customers. This provides consistency in configuration and policy and device management across the Cisco ISR portfolio. At the small or virtual office size, the Cisco 800 range of fixed configuration routers enables connectivity to the wide area service provider with a variety of available interface types, including XDSL, Gigabit Ethernet, 3G and 4G, and fiber. The Cisco 1900 fits the small branch requirements, with some modularity for service modules and WAN interface cards. This gives flexibility as well as investment protection if WAN interfaces change in the future. The 1941W version has built-in Wi-Fi, and WAN optimization is built in, meaning optimal use of the valuable WAN bandwidth. For the medium to large branch, Cisco 2900 series ISR has a modular design that allows for reuse of a broad array of existing modules that meet business requirements while maximizing investment protection. Through this modularity, the Cisco 2900 is capable of being the single-box solution for the branch, bringing not only interface modules but also specialized server and service modules to enhance the service. These include a Unified Computing System E-Series server module for hosting Cisco or third-party applications. The Cisco 2900 also enables unified communications that supports call processing and voicemail services, offering a high-quality analog and digital voice and video experience through onboard integrated digital signal processors and analog voice cards that support highly resilient call management that can overcome WAN service interruptions. Finally, the Cisco 3900 takes the performance through to large branch and enterprise-sized applications using the same modularity and flexibility as the Cisco 2900. As discussed earlier, a major part of network access is via wireless, so wireless LAN access points are fundamental to a business solution. The Cisco AeroNet access point portfolio gives a wide range of choice depending on price versus performance. For the teleworker or very small office, the AP700 gives a good performance at the lower end of the price range with great teleworking features. One example is Office Extend, providing zero-touch provisioning for the teleworker. The AP700 just needs to be plugged into an internet connection, and the pre-provisioned configuration lets the AP700 connects securely back to the business location to enable service. As you move up the range from AP1600 through to AP3700, the quality and number of radio resources increases, with appropriate features to assure maximum connectivity and throughput by the client devices. Available on the AP1600 and above is Clean Air. This feature enables the access point to monitor and mitigate against wireless interference, an issue that can cause bad wireless experience and even disconnection from the wireless service. All access points are compatible with 802.11n, with the higher-end AP3600 and AP3700 having modular capability to add 802.11ac for higher speed performance. This gives great investment protection in the access point whilst remaining flexible for emerging wireless standards like 802.11ac. Thinking about unified access, here are some of the objectives we are going to show. How one policy, one management and one network brings true business benefit. With the many network access methods available to users, Cisco Identity Services Engine solves the issue of making sure there is a single, flexible solution for all access security in the network. Cisco ISE provides simplified but highly granular policies to be enforced to cater for the wide range of users and the level of user access allowed, effectively context-aware. User authentication makes sure that only the right users and devices are allowed into the network. Guest management extends this to cater for compartmentalized access to basic services for authorized guests visiting the customer's locations. To be able to set this policy from a single policy platform is a key benefit. Consistent policy for LAN, wireless LAN, and VPN access. The flexibility to allow or deny access based on the type of device being used, for example iPads. The capability to check the posture of the device to ensure up-to-date antivirus software with the ability to warn and quarantine users based on the findings. And finally, unified policy management, meaning whatever access method the user connects through, the single policy can be more easily managed and maintained rather than separate systems for each access method. The result is a highly configurable but easily managed access control system catering for the wide range of choices used in many customer networks today. The benefits of ISE. Single unified policy for all network access types. Self-onboarding of devices to improve user choice and experience. Device posture check to assess the device status before allowing connection. Management and control of the mobile devices. Decreased operational cost due to simplified enforcement and control point. The proliferation of mobile devices, pervasive voice and video collaboration, and cloud and data center virtualization are driving the need for higher levels of service, application delivery assurance, and improved end-user experience and quality of service. Today's IT organizations must maintain business continuity and lower operational expenses while supporting these major shifts. Cisco Prime Infrastructure addresses these challenges by providing a single integrated solution for comprehensive wired and wireless lifecycle management and application performance visibility, tightly coupling client awareness with application visibility and network control helps ensure uncompromised end-user quality of experience. Deep integration with the Cisco Identity Services Engine further extends this visibility across security and policy-related problems, presenting a complete view of client access issues with a clear path to solving them. Cisco Prime Infrastructure also accelerates the rollout of new services and provides secure access and tracking of mobile devices, making Bring Your Own Device a reality for business IT. Cisco Prime Infrastructure simplifies and automates many of the day-to-day tasks associated with maintaining and managing the end-to-end network infrastructure. The newly converged solution delivers extensive wireless management capabilities, including radio frequency management, user access visibility, reporting, and troubleshooting, along with network infrastructure lifecycle functions such as discovery, inventory, configuration and image management, compliance reporting, integrated best practices, and reporting. By converging lifecycle management and assurance, Cisco Prime Infrastructure delivers a 360-degree experience that promotes more effective management of the network as well as the services the network delivers. Operational monitoring workflows provide a holistic, multidimensional view of the user, client, application, and network. This helps network managers improve their responsiveness to business needs, identify and remediate problems quicker, and lower incident and problem rates for an improved end-user experience. What all this means to the customer is a simplified operation of the LAN and wireless LAN infrastructure from a single view, cutting down on systems managing and provisioning the networks. From this single point, the opportunity to simplify the life cycle from design through to operations and reporting gives business agility. Using the combined network knowledge to be able to quickly identify and rectify problems and performance issues, meaning the network gives maximum performance to the applications and users. And finally, using Cisco best practice, easy deployment of Cisco advanced technology into the network, where the complexity is abstracted by prime infrastructure. All these result in a simplified capability for IT to be able to manage all the network functions, freeing up IT time and resources. As mentioned throughout, unified access enables the one network integration that has so many resulting benefits as you have seen. The common operating system also provides for consistent network service definition, with assured achievement of expectation. With Cisco One PK, Cisco has also made available a common set of application programmable interfaces, with associated software development kits in readiness for software-defined network, or SDN. This will give customers the capability to dynamically define network service requirements from applications, more tightly integrating the end-to-end experience for applications and end users. In delivering unified access, Cisco has converged all the functions, such as wireless control, identity management and network access control, into the Identity Services Engine and Cisco Prime Management. Further convergence is achieved by integrating the wireless controller in the LAN switch, as shown here, with the Catalyst 3850. Rather than having a separate standalone controller, building this into the switch gives huge scaling capabilities by distributing this function towards the edge of the switch network and enable the increased performance. Of course, the standalone wireless LAN controller would still be available for larger networks, for example if you're going beyond 250 access points or 16,000 clients. We also have the new 5760 wireless LAN controller that runs the same iOS version, so you can administer the wireless features and large mobility domains using a central controller, all with the same consistent Cisco ISE policy and Cisco Prime Management. So, bringing together the benefits of converged wired and wireless access, we get a single LAN and WAN operating system with Cisco iOS. Gives consistent network features across the architecture, giving consistency of service creation. Application visibility and control is enhanced, with a common end-to-end capability leading to better manageability and troubleshooting. Unified access. The ability to have a consistent access policy managed from a single point leads to cost savings in IT, as well as a better experience for the users. the ability to design into the solution the maximum level of resiliency based on the advanced Cisco platform features. And finally, the scale and performance of the network opens up the increased edge performance that faster 802.11ac wireless LAN capability can utilize. Thank you for listening to this Cisco SMB University module.